Today I'll show you my list of top 10 flipper frame lock everyday carry knives. And to make sure that there is something for you on this list, I picked a bunch of different knives with like prices that are all over the place. So you're gonna see some budget stuff, mid-range, heck, even some premium higher end knives. Keep in mind, there's no price restrictions or size requirements. This is just a good old-fashioned, straight-up top 10 list. And of course, everything that I show you, I will be sure to go ahead and put the links down in the description below, just in case, like if you see something you like. Hey, how you doing? If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Jay. Go ahead and consider clicking on that subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. All right, let's go ahead and get things started with number 10. I've got from Ganzo Firebird, this is the FH12. Now this is a variant of the FH11, which is a very important knife because that's the first one in Ganzo's now very well-known FH series. So what do I like here? Well, first, the price. I mean, you're looking at about $25, $26, and the action is just, it's amazing. Very slim build, lightweight. I mean, this comes in under 4 ounces. Now, my biggest complaint, and really, well, one of my only, is just going to be the lack of traction here because of the stainless steel scales, but, that's old news. Number 9 from Rake, this is the P801. A lot of good going on here. And first, the multiple deployment options. Big fan of that. I mean, you can either use the thumb studs or that, as you saw, the flipper tab, and good budget blade steel. I mean, 14C, 28N Sandvik, really good stuff. Takes up practically no room when this is closed in your pocket because of the very slim build. And did I mention that action? Yeah, both directions also really good. A couple minor things here that I don't like. I mean, the first one being, take a look at, yeah, those thumb studs. They're really small, and sometimes you can see just like that, I'll go ahead and miss it, when I'm deploying the blade. Oh, this would probably be impossible with gloves on. Now that, oh, there we go. Number 8, now here's a knife that you really don't see a lot of from Bestech. This is the Bison. Here's another one that has just really good action. Drop and shut. I mean, it was doing that right out of the box. Very difficult for me to fail the deployment, and I have been really trying, and I can't do it. Now check this out. You get a really nice, like generous sized forward finger choil, and the Bison has one of my all-time favorite titanium pocket clips. I mean, look at that thing. Unfortunately, though, like I mentioned earlier, this is not even close to one of the more popular Bestech knives. And I think a big reason for that is the $110 price tag for a D2 steel blade. Number 7, from Lion Steel, this is the SR22A. One thing you need to know about Lion Steel knives is that from the factory, they like to go ahead and put a convex edge on their blades. And to be honest, I'm really kind of split, how I feel about that. On one hand, I think it's good because you get a much stronger edge that's gonna be, less likely to chip from normal use. And then on the other hand, I look at it as bad because when it comes time to sharpen this, you either have to learn how to maintain this type of an edge, which I know you can do with like a mouse pad and some sandpaper, or you could just go ahead and grind off that curvature. This little tank of a knife, it's a one-piece aluminum like monoblock construction. Talk about solid. For the most part, though, I do think that it is an upgrade over the older like SR2 that you're seeing here now on the screen, because now the new SR22, it has ball bearing pivot and a flipper tab. The older one, thumb studs, Teflon washers. However, a few issues do still exist. I mean, like the lack of handle traction. Yeah, still pretty slick. So not only did they not improve that, but they went ahead and they took away the jimped thumb ramp. Here's the older one, which you can see. And that just makes no sense to me. Number 6, I've got the Kizer Bag Lighter. This is the titanium drop point. I'm just so excited that they finally went ahead and updated like one of their most popular models. I mean, I love, you can see the G10 version, and I still love it, but now even more so as a titanium Framelock flipper with an S35VN blade. Not only that, but it's even lighter now at about 3.1 ounces, because if you can take a look there on the inside, yep, you see that? They went ahead and they did skeletonize those titanium scales. And the action, well, hey, see for yourself. I mean, a couple gripes I have. I mean, all of those upgrades, so with the S35VN blade, titanium scales, they are going to cost you about like $168, which, yeah, that's a lot. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this fuller, or some of you like to call it a blood groove on both sides, I'm not 100% sure if it's meant to like function as a deployment method, but I'm not able to use it that way. I mean, why didn't they just stick with the thumb studs? Number 5 from Zero Tolerance. This is the ZT0450. Now this is going to sound terrible, but I always forget about this knife, and I shouldn't, because it's friggin' amazing. For me, this is ZT's version of the Benchmade 940. I mean, it's slim, super lightweight. The action, oh man, this action, it rivals like some of the best out of my collection. And look at that, such a good looking, that's a 3.25 inch S35VN drop point blade that still it fires even with my thumb on the lock bar. That is great for people with big hands and lefties. Number 4, I've got from Wesson. This is the Almond. Now, if you're not really familiar with like WESN Knives or WESN, hey, that's okay, because they haven't been around all that long. I think just a couple of years. Now, one of the things that you're going to notice at first is this really unique, like wide profile 2.8 inch S35VN blade, which I really think it just kind of makes the knife just seem a lot bigger than it is. And yes, since the blade is under that like 3-inch mark, it's going to be legal to carry in more places that do have size restrictions. I would never use a pocket knife for prying anything, but if I absolutely had to, if my life depended on it, I'm not at all worried about like snapping the tip off of that thing. Look at it. I know it has a ball bearing pivot, but I was not expecting the action. Watch this. I was not expecting the action to be, this good on a knife of this size, because, a smaller blade usually means it's going to be a lighter one. And it's nearly impossible for me to fail that deployment. I've been trying. And when I rest my thumb on that lock bar, it still shoots out. And again, that's just great for us lefties and those of you with the bigger hands, because you don't have to worry about, where your fingers are positioned when you go to use the knife. That's something that I wish a lot more smaller knives did. I can't believe that I'm going to say this, but I do think that it's worth the $175 price tag. But hey, I get it. It's still a lot of money, which is exactly why they went ahead and created a few G10 models that cost a lot less. And check this out. The Wesson Almond. That's a knife. It literally stands on its own. You can't really have a discussion about Framelock flippers without mentioning these next two drop collaborations. At number 3, I've got the Ferrum Forge crux. I mean, you really can't be surprised that this knife is on the list. I mean, for God's sakes, my channel art, next time you look at it, I mean, and look at the outline of the knife, yeah, it's this one. So yeah, I love pretty much everything about this knife. I mean, the blade shape, the action, that forward finger choil. I mean, yeah, all of it. And my only dislike here is that as of right now, you can't get these. And when you could, only from drop. Number 2, this is the Laconico King. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make this real easy. So pretty much everything that I just said about the crux, yeah, applies here as well. Well, except for the forward finger choil. Man, that is something. Oh, I wish that this had. But the action, yeah. All right, you ready to see number 1? Now, I hate to do this because it's one of the most expensive knives that I own. But at number 1, I've got the Hinderer XM18. This is the 3.5-inch skinny sheep's foot. I realize that this has a much higher price tag than what I normally show on my channel, but it's one of the very few knives that comes as close to perfect for me. I mean, it has just about everything that I look for in an everyday carry folder. I mean, it's got multiple deployment options, incredible. I got to show that again. Just absolutely. Now that makes me smile every time I do that. Forward, a nice, big, generous forward finger choil and great blade steel in 20 CV. It's even customizable. Now, hey, I understand. Now, if you don't want to drop 4 bills on a pocket knife, you can always get, I mean, the ZT0562. I mean, for about $280, you get the very same 20 CV blade steel, and it does feel and it functions, I mean, just like a Hinderer knife for less. And I don't know, maybe you can guess my like big one main issue with this knife. Yeah, it's gonna be this like large hook that they call a flipper tab. If you're looking for more like budget Framelock type of list, you're gonna want to go ahead and check out this next video that's up on the screen, or you can go ahead and just watch the one that YouTube is recommending of mine to watch next. If you enjoyed this video and you got any value from it, would you do me a favor? Let me know by leaving one of these. And don't forget to go ahead and click on that subscribe so we can be friends. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at the next video. You guys take care. See you later.